Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Con. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where McDonald is a bit more on form last time out in Silverstone, but he still did not get on that podium to taste that sweet champagne. Can he achieve that round his home race at the Misano World Circuit? Marco Simoncelli. So this is the second race of the season, which is extended a bit, and we've turned down the difficulty slightly because here and Aragon are a bit tough, and then we turn it back up for the rest of the season, apart from Valencia. Chicane? Nah. So here goes Mayo for the first of two possible qualifying efforts. One is Aprilia. And this very tricky first sector. There's everyone streaming out of pit lane. Fantastic job as always. So what's this rider doing in front? What are you doing? Espargaro blocking your teammate. And the Spaniard obviously goes down. I'm sure the home crowd will agree with that. You go for the right-hander. Well, it's our home crowd. It's still in Italy, this race, but just like F1 had with Imola, MotoGP has with Misano. And now you're doing a good job this lap so far. Maybe a bit too cautious in the first right. Definitely in the third right and a bit wide as well. He goes out the hairpin into the penultimate corner. Got to be careful with the curves, I won't be taking too much of them. It's out the final corner. Across the line, 30.7. That's not good. That is not good, that. Well, he's got to improve by, what, second and a half, really? He should be doing that time in the 29s, really, if he wants to make it through. He's at least a quarter of a second up, so that's a decent first sector. This goes into the hairpin, hits the apex. It was so sloppy, even on a MotoGP bike, trying to pick that bike up out of that hairpin. And now he's 600ths down. It's not going away with the San Marino, man, at the moment. Maybe a bit quicker in this triple right. That seemed to be much better. There you go, almost 4/10 up. Into the penultimate corner, now the final corner. Use those curves as he heads towards the line. There we go, 30 for that. So Espargaro picks himself up and grabs the top spot in qualifying one. What a superb job from the Spaniard as he's 4/10 ahead of his teammate as they both make it through a Aprilia double. Probably the only time we'll say that this season. With Zarco leading the fifth row ahead of Bautista and Espargaro. What are you doing down there, Johan? Then you've got Rabat, Josa and Bradley Smith, Morbidelli, Surin and Cal Abraham, Luti, Scott Redding, and Nakagami with Xavier Simon in last. So the Brett letting the Aprilia down. But let's see if they can grab pole in qualifying two. Let's once again Mayo going out early in qualifying two. Trying to avoid all the traffic so you get a clean lap in. And hopefully be getting another pole as well on board this Aprilia. That's definitely something he hasn't had a lack of this season, or poles. But it's the Sundays, it's the races which have let Mayo down, which need to come together more this final third of the season. Gets out the hairpin. That should be a very good passing spot in the race. So a bit wide through the double right. He gets on the power, heads towards the fearsome quad right-hander. And a bit wide in the first part. That's poor, that's sloppy. Yeah, these now parts 2 and 3. A bit wide in 4. It's hard on the power heading into the final corner. Bit wide. Got the power early enough, but it's slower. 30.5. And it's a second slower than Marquez, who grabs par ahead of Dovi and Rossi, with Vinales leading the second row alongside McDonald and Lorenzo. You've got Rins, Crutchlow and Iannone, with Miller, Petrucci and Espargaro somehow 3 seconds slower than he was to get into qualifying 2. Just weird. As Mayo then, he starts in the top 5. Can he finish there? And maybe, as I said, get on that podium and spray some home champagne. So here's Mayo rolling up at the start then, in the middle of the second row, waiting for his lights to go out. Well, it's home race. 13 laps ahead of him, hopefully. He can finish this one. A superb start from Lorenzo in front. Mayo taking the totally padded line. As I don't know why he's got a warning, as Rossi's gone down. So is Vinales, both the Yamahas down. Mayo breaks for the inside line. Crutchlow takes himself out. Takes out Rins as well. Meanwhile, the top 3 or 6 tenths of a second ahead is Espargaro behind. A leash. It's Mayo in 4th, at least temporarily. He breaks early and then gets forced wide as it goes 5 wide for some stupid reason. Scott Redding's in the points. That shows you how stupid this start is. As Mayo down to 8. A superb run through the right-handers. As he goes into the top 5, it's low. Espargaro down. Pedrosa attacks back. No, he's got it. Into 5th as he's got Petrucci in front. There's once again Danny with a little punt. Danny punt and pass Pedrosa this season, it sounds like. And you've got Cal Abraham in the points, ahead of Morbidelli. Got Sarah in rounding out the top 10. Smiley getting tapped from behind by Pedrosa. He takes a corner, Pedrosa just turns in like he's not even there. And again. And once again we've got Espargaro behind. And as the top 4 are getting away from this madness. Good on them. And Scott Redding battling for the top 10 with Álvaro Bautista. Future about in 6th. As where you go, Mayo? There's Tito Rabat. We've got Paul Espargaro in the top 5. Well, you did until Mayo just went round the outside like he wasn't even there. In into the tight right. Bit chunky over the curb. Espargaro with a nice move. Back into 5th. Mayo back down the inside. Gets on the power across the line. Dovi doing 28s. Are you sure about that? When I could barely do 29s in qualifying. Already a second quicker than qualifying after, what, 2 laps? There's Mayo ahead of Espargaro. We're back in 7th. Battle of the Espargaro. We're back. Battle of the Spaniards behind. No, a bit wide at the hairpin, and the Espargaro just rides into him. Get pushed on coup de curb by Iannone. Man, not taking none of that shit though. And he's got Rossi behind him. Making a magnificent recovery. Smell it down the inside of Zarco. Of not Zarco, it's Serin. The Asian fancy in the top 5. Smavin is down in 18th. And here comes Rossi with... He's just shot out of a cannon. Smavin down his inside. As he gets punted by Rossi. He holds the inside line. Rossi trying to do the outside. And he does. Where did he find that grip? We go down this back straight. Oh, you're down the inside of Rossi. Not quite working out. So he's falling into the clutches of the Tech 3 and the Suzuki. As he gets hit from behind by Battista. Now he's got one of his teammates trying to make a move. There's no Serin down. Mario stuck behind a Suzuki. Well, he was. Of Iannone. There's Mario, where are you going? As makes it 3 wide, just has to muscle outriders this race. As Dovi leads here, Lorenzo, Ducati 1-2 there, Marquez, Petrucci, Rossi, Rabat. As we go on to the 5th lap. So Mario takes a little look at Iannone. Gets punted from behind by Rins, his teammate. Mario down the inside. No, he's outbraked himself. He almost gets taken out by Vinales. And almost takes out Vinales back. So he's down to 11th. Now here comes Crutcho with more straight line speed than God. Mario might even not be able to score a point here. The way he's just been punted all over the place. Down goes Miller. Add that to the counter. Let's see, is that taking it down the inside into the fast right? Twice! Nakagami! Now he tries to battle with his teammate Crutchlow. Now taking it everywhere to get past the Brit. Does it in the final corner, does he? That's Rossi 5th for Bat, Iannone. As what is Crutchlow doing? As Mayo holds on this hit for that. Don't know how. As Crutchlow just rides into him. Mario force wide. Now he's head of Brady Smith down in 13th. Once again, his home race turned into a horror show. As what the hell? He's not even going to be scoring a point, is he? He goes down the inside. Nakagami, Pedrosa down. It's be taken out or take out at the moment, this race. I can see why Mario retired early last season. This is the level of racing you get around it. Absolutely abysmal. Has he got Nakagami in front in 13th, Bradley Smith in 15th. Dovi leads, Lorenzo 2nd, Marquez, Petrucci, Rossi in 5th. Mario doesn't even care about the fucking track now, just taking his own. I mean, that's one way of keeping safe, I guess, around it. As it's only the halfway mark. Come on, Mario, you can score some points at least. No one here to take you out, of course. Here comes Zarko. I was about to say no one there to take you out, but then here comes... I know it's Surin. As you can't even keep up with fucking Nakagami. Come on. Surin takes himself out. As you've made it to the halfway mark. I don't know how. As you've got Carl Abraham on the outside. No, Carl, you're not scoring points. As everyone just bundles through like it's a fucking parade. There goes Mario, looking to the outside. Looking to the inside. He's going to get a point. No, because the Mark VDS of Morbidelli gets into him. Mario down to last. And yes, this is the best attempt I'm going to get. I think I've tried 20 or 30 goes before this one. I'm not exaggerating again. This is just unfinished AI that Milestone think is acceptable. To be honest, it's been like this for a few games now. Can't expect them to fix that, surely. Let's come on, man. You're not retiring this race. You're actually going to finish your home race. As Mario just accelerates down the back straight. Marquez up to 2nd. Bradley Smith battling Calrium. Let's see if Mario can actually keep touch with anyone when he's not being pushed all over the place. Lorenzo back up to 2nd head of Marquez. No, Marquez up to 2nd head of Lorenzo. He's got Paul Sparger up to 17th ahead of Xavier Simon, who's looking at a point. Top 5 are so far ahead, they're not even bothering to show them on the leaderboard now. Is Zayn only up to 7th ahead of Rins. Just 5 laps to go. There's Morbidelli in front. I love how most of the opponents just speed up by a second compared to qualifying. Like we have for most races in the season. I don't know why. And you wonder why I'm not doing another season of this shit. Zianoni and Rins are at least having a good battle in 7th. Rins wanting to be the Suzuki on top. Boini also wants to be on top. Which he so often isn't this season. Has Dovi just miles ahead. Bit of Marcus, Lorenzo, Petrucci, Rossi, Vinales. Who cares about the rest? As we've got 4 laps to go. We're just about keeping up with Morbidelli. As tyres aren't that warm, but the bike is absolutely shit-faced. According to the bottom right. So no wonder we're a bit slow. But the slowest bike in the field is a bit ridiculous. As Miller and Baptista are battling, Miller and Nakagami are battling. Nakagami scoring points somehow. So Cal Abraham B. Amaro rowing that. That's Baptista up to 13th head of Nakagami. And then we've got Zarco and Iannone battling over 8th. As Miller, Pedrosa is in the points head of Nakagami. What are you doing, Danny? He's just about keeping pace with Morbidelli and Co. Once again taking his own circuit. He's doing 31s. What are the leaders doing? 28s. Shows you how bad this is. As with 3 laps to go now. Oh, we're almost there. As Miller in 13th on this promo ahead of the Angonetto. Without Baptista, Morbidelli still around 2.3 seconds up the road. Goes up to 14th. No, Baptista up to 14th. No, Petrosa up to 14th. Got some thrilling racing here. At least the flags are going crazy all around the circuit, just like the riders. No, still just around 2 seconds back. Goes up to 12th ahead of Scott Redding, who's scoring points. No, Jack Miller in 12th now has 30.8. And then he outbrakes himself into the first corner. So Joe's in 12th ahead of Miller, Baptista, Redding. You just made this a 2-lap race or 1-lap race. Can you do that? Make 1-lap races? Maybe we could do that in the F1 games a while back. I remember those used to be my first type of videos as well, doing retrospects of a 1-lap race, I think it was. It was like a 1-lap championship. Rabat up to 10th ahead of Crutch. Sorry, got a lap and a half to go. The crowd are going wild. So is Mario, probably underneath his helmet. He just cannot wait for this to be over. Humiliated again in his home race. In last. And for the most part, I would say it's not his fault. A couple of those clashes were, no doubt. Most of them were just stupid. As he's got a lap to go. Well, I say it's my own fault. I should have remembered that opponents haven't been changed around here for a few games now. Would have thought with the new engine they would have changed things, but no, of course not. Can't have that. Actually fix stuff. Just as I said, you have with qualifying and race paces. Rossi's up to third ahead of Lorenzo. Brad Smith up to 18th ahead of Simeon. Abraham in 21st. Must feel like home now, that place for him. Boys for the Spargo. Both should have scored points, but Mario said no. What did they said no? Well, the Spargo said no. Smith up to 18th ahead of Simeon. Well done, Dovi. Survived the madness. Got Marquez, Rossi, Lorenzo, Petrucci, Vinales. 2.8 seconds to Morbidelli. As Murray's going to finish his home race on this occasion. It might not be the result he wanted, but at least he completed all 13 laps. Or did he? Yeah, shake your head. Yeah, fuck all. As after almost 20 minutes of excruciating pain, Dovi wins ahead of Marquez, Rossi, Lorenzo, Petrucci, Vins. Behind Vinales, Zarka up to 8th, Iannone, Crutchlow, Rabat, Pedrosa, Miller, Baptista and Scott Redding grabbed the final point ahead of Nakagamba over second. So despite the madness, it's all your regular point scores apart from Mayo in last. So in the Riders' Championship, Mayo's 36 points back. Rossi's a further 5 points behind. Vinales 24 points behind. Dovi now leads the championship by 3 points ahead of Marquez. As looking further down, wins into the top 10 ahead of Miller. Iannone ahead of Pedrosa. That's a good day for Suzuki. Nakagami into the top 20. And Abraham now the wooden spoon holders. Yamaha 13 points ahead of Honda with Chatty 25 points behind. Then you've got Aprilia, Suzuki and KTM. And in the Teams Championship, Yamaha 33 points ahead of Ducati with Honda, Pramac and Aprilia rounding out your top 5 with Suzuki gaining over 18 points off that position. Then you've got Tech 3, LCR and Ginetto, KTM, Avintia, Mark Villiers and LCR Honda Japan yet to score. So for Mayo, quarterfinals alright. You won't talk about the rest though, will we? As nerves are still for Dovi as he resists his opponent's attacks, quite literally at times. And in Moto 2, Marquez, Olivier Bagnaia. Moto 3, what a sight as Jorge Martin beat Bezzecchi and Bastianini. And well done to the Czech rider who magically wins the Red Bull Rookies Cup. So where does Mario go? Well, he stays with Aprilia. I might as well just show you the changes for the next race. Now he's back down to 100, okay? Because they were just unraceable there. I apologise for you having to watch that. But I feel like you need to see that because... Milestone, what are you doing? Or what are you not even bothering to do? As I said, it's been the same for a few games now, and they have done nothing. I think the only time they've actually fixed the opponents in the last few games was when they fixed Circuit of the Americas qualifying. I remember they were way off the pace, now they're actually on the pace. That's the only time I remember them actually bothering to do anything with the opponents. It made them race each other well. Just, you know, forget about the player who actually wants to play against them. But let's head to Aragon. Let's see what Mayo can do. It's unfortunate. See you next time.